Good morning. Well, more often than not, a violent protest will get everyone's attention, but that's when a community feels it has nothing left to lose. Without stable power and running water and pleas for help falling on deaf ears, this is a well-known South African story told far too often. Well, today eNCA is visiting areas across the breadth of Mzansi to gauge whether toy-toying pays off in the end. We've got reporters Aviwe Mtila in Soweto and Monique Mortlock in DUNOON, both live on the line now. Good morning to you both. Let's start with Aviwe. Aviwe, Soweto's historically no stranger to protest.
Not at all, eNCA, and I'm telling you this very moment that Soweto is under protest. You remember for the last several weeks, in fact, electricity has been at the forefront here with service delivery protests continuing. This very moment behind me, some of the community members are just out putting dustbins, trash on the ground. There's a lot of rocks. This road, in fact, closed off even by police. Yes, the JMPD, South African Police Service also on the ground here. The issues, they're saying that they've had numerous promises, even from the president's visit a few weeks back, where it was promised the issue of electricity will be resolved. Even in the president's letter, I think some 3 weeks ago, mentioning the biggest crisis currently in the country is around electricity. I remember speaking to the election head of the African National Congress, Fikile Mbalula, some 2 weeks ago at the manifesto launch, saying that it would take at least 2 weeks to resolve the electricity crisis in Soweto. But residents here are saying that these are empty promises. In fact, they even had electricity for at least 5 months. I want to catch up with some of them to find out exactly what's been happening. Siswam, thank you for joining us at eNCA. I see there's a protest here. Tell us maybe how long it's been going on and the key issues here.
Okay. Yeah, it's been 5 months not having electricity. And now we are struggling a lot. We've got abantwana abenza izinto ngama laptop, ngama phone. So now we are struggling because we don't have electricity. Abantwana basalele muva emsebenzini. Sinabantwana, for example, mina ndinomntana asthmatic is doing matric ebona. The time winter, supposed to sithenga paraffin kuzo light heater because it's cold, but yena was affecting the chest because it's asthmatic. We're taking the risk, but now into yenzakala abantwana bethu baxuthelwa amafoni because kufanele bahambe bayoprintisa somewhere whereby I've got the printer endlini trying to protect abantwana. 14 years wakhonjwa ngegun. Ibolo white yamthathela ifoni yamthathela imali. This thing is stressing. I was about to lose even the job. Because umsebenzi wami funeke ndenze umsebenzi, after that I have to give the report via the tablet, whereby I don't have electricity. I was taking time to give the report to the boss, and then I was having the warnings, maybe about 2, till I went there to the Bedford View and explained it to our manager what's happening here. So we've got a problem really. It's a bit serious.
Myriad of issues painted out, from the health risks of the children, eNCA, who've been pointed by guns while trying to print out schoolwork at a local Understand cafe. But they're saying that at home they have printers. She's been warned twice at work because of no electricity where she can work at home. I want to catch up with some residents to find out. The president has been here. There's been promises of fixing the electricity issue. In fact, I was speaking to the mayor yesterday saying that they're doing something about electricity in Soweto.
Yeah, indeed. But like what ESCOM and our government treating us is very, very bad. Because firstly, if you can see, same problem all over the community of Soweto. Our box has been burst by ESCOM technician. We didn't do anything wrong. We've got school, which is not connected since 6th July. And then like our community, people are dying. Our councillor is coming here and lying to us. He's misleading us. He's also misleading people from Berries. He brings the president, well, because he's busy campaigning at Nomzamo Park. While like, we've got people dying here because some people are relying on the life support of electricity. We've got house burning. We have got like people coming like with a gun to steal the cable at night. So we are not safe as a community of Boomtown. We are not safe even at Berries. So that is why like, we are under this situation today, because our councillors, they are misleading the leadership of the government.
Councillors misleading the community. That's the claim here as the community continues to protest over the electricity crisis in Soweto. It's the third day of protest, and this community in Orlando saying that they haven't had electricity for the last 5 months, Annika.
Thanks so much, Aviwe in Soweto. Fed up residents there protesting over 5 months with no electricity. Let's go to Cape Town now, DUNOON, where Monique Mortlock is standing by for us. Monique, DUNOON's had its fair share of protests. What are the big concerns there?
Annika, this isn't the first time I'm in DUNOON. In fact, it was about a year ago that I was here for a protest, to cover a protest where residents took to the streets, marching to the nearby Killarney depot to hand over a memorandum to City of Cape Town officials, calling for them to do something about the sewage overflows in the road, to do something about the poor state of the roads. And if you can just see behind me, I'm going to ask my colleague Mario to show you what this road looks like. This is just one of the roads here in DUNOON where you see blocked drains overflowing, and it hasn't even rained, and residents here say this is what it always looks like. I remember when we were last year also in April to check whether anything has changed since that protest. Residents and community leaders were telling me, no, this is still the state of affairs here in DUNOON, that nothing much has changed. And if you drive through DUNOON, this is really what you'll see in many of the roads: blocked drains, residents themselves unclogging drains, filling potholes wherever they can with sand or whatever material they can. And I just want to call on a community leader, Ms. MEISIE. Ma'am, you were part of that protest about a year ago, calling on the City of Cape Town to do something about the sewage overflows, even the some of the toilets in the informal settlements to do more regular cleaning of it. Has anything changed? I mean, from what I can see, it doesn't seem as if it has, but from your experience, has there been some movement since that last protest?
Morning, Monique, and the viewers at home. Monique, I think I'm worried because the last time I even said I am worried. It's still the same. There's nothing that has changed. The city has never came up with a solution of these drains. The drains are still overflowing. The people are living in this squalor condition. People has TB. People are very sick. Some people close their doors. As you can see, they can't open their doors and windows. It's still the same. And it worries us as the community that the city has neglected this community, because to me it seems as if we are staying in farms where there's nobody who cares. The owner of the farm is the person who bought the farm. So it seems as if the city says we are in a farm. They bought this city.
Now, the city has informed us that often the problem when it comes to blocked drains is that when they do come to communities like this one to clear the drains, they find materials that aren't supposed to be there, like nappies, oils, all sorts of rubbish that tends to clog the system. And they've been on an education campaign to try and get residents to work with them. Have you seen this happening? Is this also a bit of a responsibility on the resident side also?
We are a community that is having 47 areas around of Sanko. We never saw even one city official coming to us to come and do such a drive where they are teaching us that you mustn't throw something that does not belong inside the drain. It's a shock that they are lying in front of the TV, they are lying in front of the people. It's not fair that they lie like this. They take us as if we are not educated. There was no one who came to us. And what worries me is that they say to you as the TV people that they are coming to this community. We never see even one official that come and say, let's teach the people this and that. We've got a chairperson who is always working with the community leaders. There's not even a single area that can answer this question to you.
Thank you very much. That was community leader Ms. MEISIE-MPUKANE highlighting some of those issues there, these sewage overflows in the road and even on some school properties here in the DUNOON area that seems to not have been addressed or fixed since the last time the community took to the streets specifically for this problem, which was about a year ago.
Aviwe and Monique, thank you for standing by from Joburg to Cape Town.